Hello, everybody. It is Reed Mahalko for SG3, Sex Geek School for Gifted Sex Geeks. And I am here today with Kathy Vartuli
From the Intimacy Dojo.
from the Intimacy Dojo. And you guys may think that I'm some amazing technological wizard or anything, but really the secret is Kathy's doing most of the technological wizardry. And is way better at a lot of certain things. So I'm going to pull Kathy in to some of these training videos because she's actually much more adept at it. And it'll be more fun because you'll have two voices, so it'll be more interesting. Now today we're going to have, what are we teaching them today, Kathy?
Today we're going to talk about auto-loading in Hootsuite, so you can load a bunch of tweets and Facebook posts all at once and get to go off and have a good time with other things later.
Now why would I want to auto-load a bunch of tweets or Facebook posts or whatever on Hootsuite?
You can schedule them ahead so it looks like you're very engaged socially while you're off in the Bahamas having a great vacation or camping somewhere.
Do you mean that a lot of the tweets and Facebook posts that are on my Facebook page or on my Twitter feed, I'm not actually tweeting in live time?
You are not tweeting them live.
Oh my goodness, no wonder I have so much time to hang out with my friends.
In fact, this is a secret, but Reed doesn't even write all of them.
Oh my God, I'm a complete fraud.
He edits them all and he makes them more his wording, but you can either get a virtual assistant or a buddy to go through the ad copy for example, Woodhull, or the ad copy for Sex Geek Summer Camp, and pull some great phrases out, put the hashtags and the dates and everything in. Reed can spend 10, 15 minutes making sure they all look right, and then the virtual assistant or the buddy can just upload them in Hootsuite, and they're good, ready to go, and you're having one or two go out a day for Twitter and one for Facebook every couple days usually. And it keeps people engaged and excited, and you're not having to monitor it. You can focus on doing something else.
Yeah, and then what I end up spending a lot of my time on Twitter and also on Facebook is I know my promotional stuff is handled. So what I'm doing is I'm engaging people and responding to things or sharing or retweeting things that are fun, so that my Twitter's feed and my Facebook page aren't always about promotion.
Yes.
So when I'm doing my social media, I'm actually engaging with people about things that they're interested in, or even sometimes sharing interesting things I'm coming across in the moment. So my feed still is alive. I'm still spending time with it, but I'm automating and kind of batch loading a lot of my promotional stuff and then having it be time released. And that's what we're going to show you today.
Yes. Now, once you get the hang of this, it's super easy, but you can run into some problems the first few times you do it. I know I kind of beat my head against the wall, so we're going to show you the easy way to get around these things and what to look for so that you don't have a problem.
So you don't have to reinvent the wheel, which is one of the reasons why SG3 exists.
Yes.
So what do we have right here, Kathy?
So we have Hootsuite. This is Reed's Hootsuite account. And what we're going to be doing is we're actually going to be scheduling. So if you go up to compose a message, right at the bottom it says scheduling. If you click that, you get a pop-up and it says try the bulk message uploader. And that's what we're going to do.
Sure.
But first we're going to get some tweets together.
Yeah.
But we're going to
So let's create a tweet right now. If I was just going to schedule one thing, just so you understand what that looks like. So let's just be really meta and say that having a blast, creating content and then we're going to hashtag Sex Geek School for Gifted Sex Geeks. Gifted Sex Geeks. With Kathy Vartuli, with at the Intimacy Dojo. And then exclamation point, and then hashtag, business geeks. Awesome. So it's less than 140 characters. Yep. We don't need to put a link in it.
It's telling you right here how many characters you have left.
Mm-hmm. And now I can schedule. Let's just schedule it for tomorrow or for the next.
So your calendar's here.
Yep.
and you can pick the day and what time do you want it to go out.
How about 9:25 a.m.?
Okay. And then we just say schedule. If you want to change the profile it's going to, you can come over here under Find Profile. You can click off the one you want and click on the one you do want, and you can see it's up there.
And let's post it also to down for no. Let's leave it. No, let's just leave it like that. That's good.
Okay, but you can select several different.
Yep. I can have it post to a bunch of different things, and then we'll have a whole video when we're going to walk you through Hootsuite. Because Kathy, you can show them again. And I just learned this today. You can set up your Hootsuite, and I really do recommend that you guys pay I think it's $5 a month.
$5.99 a month
for the pro version. But I can add all my Facebook groups that I belong to that I want to post to, which this will save me a huge amount of time, and I'll do a whole video just on that and why that's a strategy piece. But that was something I found out today.
Yep.
So
we're going to go ahead and schedule this one. We're just going to schedule. And it says message scheduled right at the top. If there was an error, it was too big or something, it pops up an error message and lets you know it didn't go. If you just tweeted something horrible, you didn't mean to, and you realize you misspelled something, you can go over to the publisher right here, click on it, and you will see all the things that are scheduled. So there's the tweet we had from there. If we wanted to edit it, we click on edit. We can delete it there, or we could view it in the calendar and change the day.
And just scroll down and just show everybody what I've got scheduled.
Yeah, so you have a bunch of things for Woodhull.
I've got stuff going on with Facebook. A lot of these are scheduled for Twitter.
Yeah.
So most of the time what I'm doing is I'm publishing stuff on Twitter, and then I do Facebook publishing stuff about once a week, it seems. Now, if you want to get really geeky, keep scrolling down and see how far into the future I have stuff scheduled. August 24th, Monday. Oh, it just keeps going. I usually have stuff scheduled out for about 10 to 12 months. And now those things are what I call evergreen tweets and posts. We'll find out. I'll do a whole thing on that. But this stuff is going to post, automatically. And then my job is if something changes, if I'm appearing at an event and I have tweets for it, and then all of a sudden the event gets canceled or something, I just need to remember to go in and remove those tweets, which is easy enough to do.
Yep.
But you set it on autopilot and you can kind of let it do its thing. Now, let's show you how to schedule and batch upload. Because if I had to hand schedule one tweet at a time, it would be mind-boggling, and I would get angry, and then I would stop doing social media, like most of us who get frustrated. So this is a way to really make it fun and easy.
Yes. So this template is going to be given to you at camp.
At camp, and it's also available here inside of SG3.
Okay, and it's an Excel spreadsheet. You can go to how to use this, and it tells you some of the things you need. We're going to walk you through some of the basics.
Now, where did you find this Excel spreadsheet, Kathy? Did you make it yourself?
No, I Googled it.
You Googled it, and it was just out there for free on the internet?
For people to use.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, internets. Thank you.
Yes. So
Know it.
here we are, and we have the template that we told you about, and it has several different columns you can pay attention to. The day, if you want to track things by the day, you can put like Monday, Tuesday, whatever in there. You put the date in here, and you can just put one date at the top. And let's say this is an old one, so let's say 7/14/14. So we put in the date, and if I want to change them all, I can come and hover over here, and it's going to increase one day at a time for me, going down.
Okay.
If I wanted to jump by 2 days, I could fill this one in here, put the next date in, and if I select these 2 dates and then pull down, it's going to jump by 2 days.
Oh, okay.
So you can adjust that.
Okay.
But you can make it jump by what you want. And so we have that all filled in. Now we can take the time. If you pull this column down, it will go up by an hour a piece. If you don't like that, you can just go in and type in what you like. It is in military time. And you can just fill in random times. It must be sometime in the future. One of the reasons that it will get mad at you when you try to upload it is if you're not at least 5 minutes in the future. Okay. So it will not.
Hootsuite is not a time machine.
No.
I mean, technically, you're scheduling tweets into the future. Hootsuite only goes one way, folks. You can't tweet into the past, unfortunately.
Right.
Not yet.
So, and then it's automatically creating the date and time for Hootsuite in his column, but we need to make sure it's filled out all the way down. And here are our tweets.
Okay, so whenever you need to fill something in those columns because of the way that they're calculated, you just drag and pull.
Right.
Okay.
And then we have some tweets we'd written about Sex Geek Summer Camp.
And now, where did those tweets live?
We
had a Google Doc.
Yes.
And so we don't need to show you, but basically for those of you who are going to have virtual assistants or other people that you work with writing the tweets, have them write them in a Google Doc so that you can go in and edit them, and that they can just cut and paste those in. It's just easier, and especially if it's going to be workshops and things that you teach over and over again, you want to have those Google Docs with those tweets because you can recycle those tweets for the next event. They just need to load in the correct dates and things like that. See here, we've got there's a thing from the pleasure chest that's snuck in there.
Oh, yeah.
So we can just delete that.
We can go to the that whole line.
And just delete it so that we don't mistakenly schedule some blowjob workshop from the past.
Yes. One of the nice things about this template, it shows you the character count. So when you're tweeting, you have 144 characters. You still need your link, which Hootsuite will automatically shorten using Owly. But you need about 115 or 120, depending on how short your URL is, to fit in there. So if you look down this column, a lot of them look pretty good, and I've actually tweeted all of these using Owly, except for this one here, which we purposely made too long.
Because we're going to show you with the error that comes up when you have a tweet that's too long. Now that's obviously too long. It's already over 140. But let's say it was 135. The Sex Geek Summer Camp, when it gets shortened, is probably going to be more than 5 characters. And so if it was 135, it would still have an error. We just made 161 just so we're just being overemphasizing that this one we know is already going to be too long.
Yep. And then we want to pull down the URL. You can, just like we did with the others, pull down like this.
Just be in the other cell.
Yep. You can pull it down. If you're using a URL that ends in a number, double check that it's not changing.
It'll change the number by an increment of 1 if it ends in a number.
Right.
So just understand that.
If you want to avoid that, you can go to that column, you can copy, and then you can just paste the whole column, and it will fill in all of it.
Okay, great.
So, okay. And you can see they have Facebook and LinkedIn and Google and all that, but we're just doing Twitter right now. So we have this all filled in. Mm-hmm. Now we're going to save it. And when we save, in order to tweet, we have to save as a CSV MS-DOS file. So I just save as Hootsuite. That way I have the original version in Excel if I want it, if something weird happens. It's only going to save this one page as accessible. Mm-hmm. So we want to go back to the Excel sheet for if we want to do Facebook or whatever.
Got it. And it's going to be the same situation with Facebook. It's going to be the same with LinkedIn updates, Google Plus updates. All of those things are going to be similar for batch uploading. Mm-hmm. It's just that with Facebook, LinkedIn, Google Plus, you can put in more characters because it's not limited to 140.
Right. So actually Twitter is the one that throws up the most, so that's why we're showing it. Now, we have a bunch of stuff that Hootsuite is not going to like. We have all these columns here that it doesn't need, these two rows here. So what we're going to first do is we're going to highlight the date and time. Mm-hmm. We're going to copy it just by right-clicking on that column. And then we're going to paste special. We want to paste the values because we're going to get rid of these columns. If we haven't pasted these values, everything will wipe out.
Got it, because column D is being generated from the values in B and C.
Yes.
So if you don't copy paste special, when you delete B and C, which you need to do before you upload, those values in D disappear.
Right.
Got it.
And that's one reason I save the Excel spreadsheet. If it's 2 a.m. and you're trying to upload and you just deleted all your days and times and saved, you're like, oh, fuck.
Got it.
Excuse the French. So now I'm going to go and I'm going to delete these columns that we don't need. Mm-hmm. We want to keep the date and time, but we don't need the individual dates and times.
Yep.
Okay?
And again, I know most of you are, at this point are like, oh my God, there's so many steps. It only feels that way because you're doing this the first couple of times.
Yep.
Once you get the hang of this, it's actually quite easy.
Yep. We're going to delete the character count. And this particular template has a tracking token, which I never use. So now all our columns are clean, but we still need to delete right here with the top 2 rows. Mm-hmm. If you don't, it will say that the top 2 rows are blank.
Got it.
And it won't accept it.
So when you go to batch upload, you want to get rid of all the extraneous columns that have text in them or numbers or whatever. You're just going to be left with the date and time column, which used to be column D, mm-hmm. and then
tweets
themselves, and then the unshortened links. You can load in shortened links into C,
yep.
and it'll still use them. It might shorten them again, but it'll still be fine.
And if you don't want to link it all, you can actually put the link in the actual tweet, or no link at all, and it'll be fine.
This will also, for those of you who have affiliate links, put the affiliate links in there, and it'll shorten the affiliate links, and the affiliate links, even when they're shortened, will still work.
Yes. So now I'm going to save it again. It's still a CSV file, and it's saying, hey, if it's a CSV file, you're going to lose those other worksheets, the Facebook, Twitter.
Okay, and that's because we saved it as MS-DOS.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay, so now it's saved. I'm going to go back to Hootsuite, and that's actually our Google Doc with the different tweets in it. I'm going to go to scheduling and bulk message uploader.
Yeah.
Okay. Now there's 2 date and times formats here you can choose from. They used to make you do it weird. If you look, we have day, month, year.
Yeah.
So that's what we want to have here. We want day, month, year.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter which order you use.
Which is the European order, the way that it's set up on that spreadsheet that we're going to share with you.
So we have the right Twitter page there. If we didn't like it, we could click it and take it down.
So I could post again with Hootsuite. I can have several Twitter feeds and decide which one I want to post on. I can have my Facebook.
All of them, yeah.
And Facebook fan page stuff. Like, again, this is going to feel overwhelming. Once you get the hang of this will save you so much time. Yeah.
So now we're going to choose the file. And we know it's not going to go through this time. So here's the Hootsuite one.
Yep. And we know that because we intentionally made one that was too long.
Yes. So now we're going to submit. So we have the right file, we have the right date format, we have the right
Twitter account.
Now,
could I post to 2 Twitter accounts at the same time?
You can post to as many Twitter accounts as you have. You can post to Twitter and Facebook at the same time. We tend not to because we have it optimized with the @ and everything and the hashtags, but you could definitely
post. You could post your tweets on Facebook if you wanted to. I don't recommend it because then you have a Facebook page that has stuff that's obviously tweets. And in that, I just think that's just not classy.
All right, so now we're going to hit submit. Okay.
Oh my God, there's an error.
Lots of errors. So I scheduled some. I put the dates too far back.
Okay.
When I started, I was just putting in a date. So all of these first ones are too old.
Okay, because we can't tweet into the past. Folks.
Yes, sadly. And then line 8, the message is too long.
Got it. So how do we fix that?
We fix that by going to the document. And first of all, I'm going to change these dates to dates that are in the future. If we still had I could go back to the Excel spreadsheet and just redo this if I wanted, but since there's not too many of them, it's actually faster to pick dates that are a little bit, just put them in by manually.
But if you had like 20
Yeah,
You would
or
change the
100.
you
Yeah.
change the first two and then just drag.
Yep, you just change the first one and drag.
Got it.
That's why there's separate columns for the dates and times.
Oh, that's right, because we can't do that now. Because
No.
if you changed that, if you tried to drag this document, it wouldn't work.
No. So if I tried to drag it, you'd see that the day changes, but then everything's going to be the same time.
Okay.
So see, if I drag it forward, it's going to be the next day, the 24, 23, but all of them are the same time, which I tend not to
which
like
is
to.
which is fine, and having them go out in different times is good too. Some of you will get really geeky about what's the best time for me to tweet and post. When is it going to be seen the most? I don't necessarily geek out that hard on times, mostly because I have people following me in all different time zones, and people review my Twitter stream and retweet a lot of stuff because I happen to post a lot of interesting things. So if you're really interesting, people will often go back and check out your stream and then retweet things from it. So you get to choose how you want to do it. I'm 6 one way, half a dozen the other on it.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of articles on Google about what time a lot of people look in the early afternoon at 5 o'clock, and that's a good time to tweet if you want to get geeky. Now, because we had to delete our character count, we don't know exactly how long it's going to be. But I know I have to take out a bunch. Let's see, can't wait for I'll be teaching. Let's see if that works. So I'm usually lazy. I'm just resaving it. I could go back to the Excel spreadsheet, see
Just fix it and then go through the whole pattern again.
Yeah, but to me it's just easier. I come back to Hootsuite. I need to re-choose the file because the file has changed. Okay, and I just say submit again.
Oh,
Success.
8 messages scheduled. I don't have to worry about them. They'll go out automatically.
Yes, and if you want to check them, you can go to the publisher over here. And one of the things you need to keep track of, now these are all okay because I've typed them in an Arial format, the Arial font, but some fonts will make weird things happen. So when you'll see people with question marks instead of apostrophes or commas or quote marks, those, if you're in certain fonts, they will not look good in here.
So what's the lesson?
Once you get used to it, I always just check. I come over here and I just skim through. This is the one we just, oh, that's here. This is one we just did.
Got it.
I'm looking at it. If you want to change anything, if it had a question, like if there was a wrong font, you could just come in here and.
So if I'm always using Arial font in the Excel spreadsheet, it should be fine.
Yes. If you see how all the quotes are pretty vertical?
Yeah.
Here, the apostrophes and the quotes are pretty vertical. Those work great. When you see them horizontal, kind of arched around, those almost always make it throw up.
If you love Papyrus or Comic Sans, I'm sorry. You can still love it, but use those fonts for other things. Do not use them in your Excel files.
Yeah, because it will just, when it goes out in Hootsuite, you'll get weird things going.
Okay.
But that's really, once you do it a couple times, it's super easy. And we could have as easily uploaded 120 tweets as 8. In fact, they limit you, I think it's 320 or 350 at a time. Tweets.
At a time. And you can schedule them years out, because I've got stuff scheduled 12 months, 18 months out.
See this one. Here's one that
had a weird character.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, see how I put that Y in there?
Yeah.
So you just fix it. I don't know how.
Can't wait for Monique Darling to share. Great.
Yeah. So then you just save the changes.
Yeah.
So I usually just skim it. Once in a while, a mistake going out, no one's going to get in trouble. But I like it to be clean.
Awesome. So. Thank you so much for watching this one. We hope you enjoyed it. Let us know in the comment sections what you think of it. And enjoy bulk uploading and scheduling your tweets and your Facebook posts and your LinkedIn posts so that you can have stuff publishing in your feeds automatically even when you're asleep. Good job. Talk to you soon. Bye.